All right, let's talk about AI for C# developers. If you're in that boat, you've probably looked around and thought, wow, where do I even start? There are so many frameworks, so many services and tools. Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you a really clear map for navigating this whole exciting landscape. Okay, so you've made the call. You want to use AI to build smarter, better applications. The big question is, now what? Do you need to go get a PhD in machine learning? Do you have to drop C# and learn Python? The answer to that is a huge no, but you definitely do need a game plan. You know, the easiest way to think about all of this is like a journey with two main roads you can take. And which path you choose, it really just depends on what you're trying to do. Are you building AI for your users, or are you using AI to help yourself code better? Let's break down that first one. So, this first path is all about putting AI features directly into your software for your customers. We're talking about things like, product recommendation engines, figuring out the sentiment of user reviews, or even recognizing images inside your app. Now, even on this path, you've got another choice to make. You can either roll up your sleeves and build a totally custom model from the ground up, which gives you, maximum control. Or you can use pre-built APIs, which is kind of like plugging a ready-made AI brain straight into your app. It's super fast and convenient. If you're thinking about going down that custom model route, your first stop, almost for sure, is going to be ML.NET. I mean, Microsoft built this thing specifically for .NET developers. It's designed to let you create really powerful, custom machine learning models without having to be a full-blown data scientist. And what makes ML.NET so great is that it's a complete package, right? An end-to-end solution. It runs pretty much everywhere .NET does, and it gives you all the tools you need for the whole process, from cleaning up your data to actually training the model and then deploying it right inside your app. It's the whole shebang. Now, don't get hung up on understanding every single piece of this code. Just look at that one word, fit. Seriously, this one line is where all the magic happens. After you get your data all set up, this is the command that basically tells the machine to learn from it. It's just an incredibly powerful idea, and it's all happening right there in C#, an environment you already know. But of course, ML.NET isn't the only game in town for building custom models. If you need a huge range of classic algorithms, Accord.NET is a fantastic open source option. If you want the raw horsepower of Google's TensorFlow, well, there are .NET bindings for that too. And for the really heavy-duty deep learning stuff, Microsoft has its Cognitive Toolkit, also known as CNTK. Okay, but what if you don't have the time or the data to build a whole custom model? Well, that's where that other fork in the road comes in, the pre-built APIs. And the best example of this is Azure Cognitive Services. Think of it as Microsoft's library of pre-trained, off-the-shelf AI models that you can just tap into with a simple API call. So instead of this whole complicated training process, you just configure your client, give it the data, and make a call. That's it. This gives you access to world-class AI for things like analyzing customer feedback, translating languages on the fly, or finding objects in pictures, all with just a few lines of code. You trade some customization for just incredible speed. So that's path one, building AI features for your users. But what if the goal is to use AI to make your own life as a developer easier, to make you faster, more efficient? Well, that's where path two comes in. Right, these tools are all about giving you superpowers. They act like this amazing co-pilot that's always there with you, helping you write cleaner code, catching bugs before you do, and just making it easier to get around complex projects. This is AI for the developer, not just for the app. And here are some of the big names that make this happen. You've got tools like IntelliCode, which doesn't just complete a word, it suggests the entire next line of code it thinks you're going to write. CodeRush is amazing at finding duplicate code that you could probably refactor. And ReSharper, well, that's like having a constant code review, proactively analyzing what you're doing. They all just plug right into your workflow. Let's zoom in on IntelliCode for a second. This is not your standard autocomplete. This thing has been trained on thousands of high-quality, open-source projects from GitHub. So when it suggests something, it's not just guessing alphabetically. It's making an educated guess based on the collective wisdom of thousands of other developers. And then there's a tool like ReSharper. The keyword here is proactive. It's constantly looking over your shoulder, analyzing your code in the background, using its AI to find code smells or potential errors long before you ever hit that compile button. It's really like having a senior developer reviewing your code in real time as you type. So we've walked through two very different but both very powerful ways to use AI as a C# developer. So how do you pick? Where do you even start? Well, it really just boils down to what your main goal is. Let's just put them side by side one last time. If your goal is a brand new user-facing feature that needs some custom smarts, you're on path 1, and you're looking at things like ML.net. But if your goal is just to make your own day-to-day coding life better, then you're on path 2. And just installing a plugin like IntelliCode is a fantastic, super low-effort way to get started. And in the end, it really all comes down to this. There's no single best AI tool out there. The best tool is simply the one that solves the specific problem you have in front of you right now, whether that's making a user happy or just squashing a frustrating bug in your own code. The .NET ecosystem is just packed with powerful, accessible AI tools. You can literally start building a custom recommendation engine from the ground up, or you can just install an extension to make your coding life easier today. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build first?